So we're getting an immediate to work plan for asylum seekers. So this is great news. According to the Federal Interior Minister, Minister Alexander Dobrin, he is saying he wants to put in a plan immediately for asylum seekers that will come here to Germany, for people that will come here to Germany to seek asylum, to seek protection from the government, to be able to work, an immediate to work plan. So, quote, those who come here to seek asylum will be able to work and immediately, according to this article. So what is Dobrin planning? He's planning that when you come here, the fastest way for you to integrate is going to be through work, but you are not going to be obliged to take up a job. And also, he insists this employment has nothing to do with your decision that is going to come out from your asylum application. So it's not going to have no influence. So whether you take up an employment or you don't take up an employment, it's not going to have any effect on your asylum. And you can only work 3 months after you've already stayed in Germany. So when you seek asylum, 3 months after you being here in Germany, you can now apply for work and you're going to get it. So this is going to be an easy access. Until now, they had tried to install a system like this, but it has not really been working. So they're trying to make it now to be able to be functional. Another thing that he's saying is, for those who will be explicitly excluded from this are going to be people that their applications have already been decided on and it is negative. Remember, when you seek asylum and your application is negative, you always get this letter that says your as rise a flesh stick, okay, which means you have to voluntarily leave Germany. That's the first letter you get when you get your decision. So for these people, normally when you have a negative, you always get a doodle first, okay, if you are not deportable immediately. So for this particular set of people, they are not going to have access to be able to work. Until now, we have people with Dudung that stay, and some cities actually grant them permit to be able to work. So it depends, all right? So it really depends. But according to this article, if you fall under this category, you will not be able to get a permission to work. And also, if you conceal your identity, for those who intentionally conceal their identity, those who give false information for their reasons of fleeing and coming to Germany, are not going to benefit from this rule. Another thing that he also said is, for those who already be under the asylum benefit system, like you're receiving money from the government, from Asylbewerberzeitstelle, this money, this income that you're working, if you take up an employment, is going to be offset with your benefits that you're collecting. For example, if you're already living in an asylum home, then you get work and you're working, earning some money. This money is going to be reduced from your asylum benefits that you're getting from the government. For example, your housing, the government will stop paying. These asylum homes, people do pay money monthly for, so you'll be able to pay yourself. So depending on how much you're getting from the government and how much income you're working, they are going to offset it, because remember, every income in Germany, once you're under any form of social, it is always offset. I think this is a very great news for people who are going to be seeking asylum, because even if later your decision is not what you want it to be, you're going back home, you have something in your pocket. And also, humans are not people that you can be confining them in those small asylum homes. So get them out there working. People need to get busy. That is how the human was made to be, to get busy and not to stay confined. When you stay too confined, evil sets in. And besides, since the government always complain about how much money they spend on asylum seekers, it's another way to get them also contributing to the system. So it's a win-win situation.